Hello, friends. My name is Maureen Noye. I'm the founder and CEO of Mary's Choice RVA, a home for pregnant women in crisis. I am so excited to be with you today to talk about Mary's Choice RVA because it's home. It's been on my heart for a very long time, and I've been praying over it for 20 something years. And finally, here we are. We're at the very final stage of making this home a reality in Central Virginia, and it's so badly needed for women who choose life. You see, Mary's Trust RVA is hoping to house women who choose life for up to 4 years. And the reason why is to give women who want to further their education an opportunity to be able to do that. This is our very first fundraising for Mary's Trust RVA, and we need the community's help to be able to make this a reality. Our hope is to make sure that if a woman chooses life, that she has a place to live without the worries and cares of how to raise their children. We need your help to do this because we cannot do it alone. I cannot do it alone. We are so excited that Catholic Charities have partnered with us to provide all the social services that our mothers and children we need. My board of members and my legal advice, Pam Pilch, have been working tirelessly for years to make this a reality, and we are finally here. Please help us, because we cannot do it alone. The community has to get involved to make sure that women who choose life have a place to go. For the women who are coming to our home, we love them already. We haven't met them, but we love them already, and we cannot wait to start helping them. So however way you can help us, we need a home that we house the women. We need volunteers. Please help us. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk to you about Mary's Trust RVA, and may God bless you.
Hello, my name is Ann Campbell, and I have been part of the Easton Pregnancy Center team since March of 2017, and I've been the director for the last 2 years. It's an honor for me to be a part of this event from Mary's Choice RVA. It is thrilling to see the body of Christ come together in this way, and we're ecstatic that this vision is becoming a reality, and there will be a local safe haven for pregnant women in crisis. Housing, as you probably know, is a big problem in this area. We've had several scenarios here that I can think of where we had no immediate solution to find safe housing. There's one story in particular that I wanted to share with you. It's much more involved than what I'm summarizing, but in short, about a year ago, we had a young 20-year-old single woman who found herself in an unplanned pregnancy. The father was insistent that she abort, and he had already made the appointment for her at Planned Parenthood a couple of days towards the end of the week. And over the phone, she was extremely upset and insecure because she wanted to keep this baby. She had always dreamed of being a mom. She did not think she could emotionally go through an abortion, and she was concerned about her current living dynamics with some family members, and the relationship with this man was clearly unhealthy. She did manage to come in for an appointment that day, but unfortunately he arrived separately and got here before she did. And he kind of insisted that he be a part of the appointment, and it did not go well. It was noted that he was verbally abusive towards her and was making statements that there was no way she could cope with a baby, and the baby would be better off not coming into this world, as there would be too many obstacles that the child would have to face. Unfortunately, that's not an uncommon attitude, sadly. It was evident that he had a firm hold on her emotionally, and she just essentially shut down. So fast forward to the end of the week, and she called again in a panic, saying that he was coming to take her to the abortion clinic, and could we help her right now? So we kind of jumped into action, literally, and had an Uber whisk her away from her place, and she wanted to come here, so they brought her here. And advocates spent the day with her trying to come up with some solutions, and just try to calm her down and keep her comforted, and just with some hope. She was too insecure to leave this area. The Mary Shelter in Fredericksburg was not an option. So she made the decision to go back to her home, and she was able to hold him off a couple of weeks. He kept making appointments, and then they would be canceled. She would get out of it, but unfortunately, tragically, he got his way, and the baby did not survive. It was truly a devastating scenario, and one time is too many. So safe housing and mentoring is desperately needed in Richmond. My charge to you in this short talk is for you to sincerely pray for Mary's Choice, the board, the staff, the women and families and babies that God already knows they're going to be there. It's a huge undertaking, and being part of a young medical ministry here, I'm somewhat familiar with the major challenges, the spiritual warfare, and conversely, it's the enormous blessings of working with some of the most vulnerable and precious people in this area. Secondly, I invite you to consider investing some of the financial resources that God has given to you by becoming a monthly partner with Mary's Choice. I know some of you probably can invest $250 a month. Some of you can do $25 a month. Literally every single penny helps. And to be able to have ministry partners fund the monthly operating expenses for Mary's Choice will relieve a large burden and allow them to truly focus on the people, the ministering and loving these women and the babies, and services and spiritual guidance that will bring lasting transformation into their lives. And that's what we can do together as a church. Each of us plays a part. So there is no greater blessing than being involved with the preservation and the nurturing of life. We are called to do it. So won't you join us? Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Hi, my name is Kathleen Wilson, and I am the founder and executive director of Mary's Shelter in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Mary's Shelter gives refuge to women who are in a crisis during pregnancy. We've been in operation for about 15 years now, and when we started on a wing and a prayer. We had no 501c, we had no homes, we had no funding, but we knew that we were being called to do this. We prayed on it, and we knew that this was the answer, that we were going to give God, that we are going to open these homes, and we did. And 15 years later, we've given refuge to about 400 women, many children, and all the new babies born. We give women in our homes about 3 years to stay with us so that housing and educational and independent living goals can become a viable reality. And it all defies that big lie out there that we only care about the baby in the mother's womb. It's not true. We care about that baby, of course, and we care about the mom, we care about the family. So we want to see women leave our homes successful and able to take care of themselves. Something else we do at Mary's Shelter is that over the years we've helped open many maternity homes like ours. We feel like it's a great model, so why reinvent the wheel? And we love to assist other homes in opening. And when people come to me about opening a home, I kind of have this keen sense of who's really going to follow through and, get this going. And when I met Maureen, I knew instantly that she was the person who was going to do that. She was so inspiring, and she was so committed, and she loves the Lord, and she loves women, and she just has a heart for the unborn. So when she told me about Mary's Choice RVA, I was all in helping. She has worked miraculous ways to get this up and going so far. She brought on great people like Pam, who has gotten their 501c, and they're speaking to different churches, and they have a great board of directors put together, and they're really on their way to getting these doors open. But it's not magic. This is where they really need you. They need you to support them in any way you can. They need financial support. They need donations. They need spiritual prayer. They need volunteers. Please, if you can, get in touch with the good folks at Mary's Choice RVA and let them know how you can assist them in getting these doors open. And I promise you, that first baby that is saved in this ministry, you will be part of, and you will not ever be able to get over how beautiful that was. So take part in this, and I thank you for your assistance.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kay James, president of the Heritage Foundation. While I can't be with you in person, it's truly an honor to be with you at least virtually today. Like most of you, I've been on the front lines of the pro-life movement for a very long time. Many years ago, my husband and I were a part of a small group that started a crisis pregnancy center in Richmond, Virginia. I know the struggles and the heartache that you go through, but I also know the absolute joy that comes from doing God's work here on earth. Crisis pregnancy centers like Mary's Choice are more important than ever, and I know we hear that all the time, but it is really no exaggeration. In all my decades in the pro-life movement, I never thought the day would come where they were actually talking about killing children outside the womb. Here in Virginia, our own political leaders have endorsed that horrendous brutality. Places like Mary's Choice are some of the last remaining lines of defense for protecting innocent life in this country. You are truly the boots on the ground. One of the most unique aspects about your center is the up to 4 years of housing and support services that you offer to mothers and their children, giving them the opportunity they need to succeed as a family. I've never seen anything like it, and I pray that it becomes a model for the entire country. I also hope that one day centers like Mary's Choice are no longer needed because we have eradicated abortion. But until that day comes, we all need to do what we can to strengthen and support your efforts. If there's any battle worth fighting, it's this one. Thank you for the extraordinary volunteers for all that you do in the fight for life. Thank you, Catholic Charities, for what you're doing to provide for Mary's Choice. And thank you to those of you who are donating whatever you can to such a beautiful effort. May God richly bless you all, and may you experience a fundraising effort that exceeds all expectations, because these mothers and their precious children are counting on you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Leslie Blackwell, and I guess you could call me a pro-life warrior. I've been on the front lines now for, I guess about at least a decade, but I'm delighted to welcome you to the very first virtual fundraiser for Mary's Choice RVA. You know, there are no coincidences in life, and I guess it was, 6-7 years ago that I happened to be at the cathedral in downtown Richmond looking for a mass at noon, and there wasn't one. So I just went over to say a prayer, and who do I run into? Never saw this woman in my life, but there she was. And she looked at me, and I looked at her, and we just knew. And within a minute, we needed to talk. One thing led to another. And I'll let Maureen tell you the rest of the story. But it has been an absolute honor to be a part of Maureen's healing and growth, and to watch her vision come to life. She's told me about her idea for Mary's Choice RVA. I remember her telling me about it, and I said, oh boy, buckle yourself in. You need to go and do your due diligence. Go and check out other pregnancy homes and things like that. And sure enough, she did. And I just couldn't be more proud and more honored to be a part of the inaugural fundraiser for Mary's Choice RVA. Please be generous. Pull out your wallet and help this worthy cause. The team that's behind it are just top-notch, all pro-life warriors, and we're going to be saving a lot of women and babies in the Central Virginia area. So again, please be generous, and it's just such a pleasure to be with you. Have a great day, everyone.